this Oregon offense obviously has some different challenges for you guys because when you see them on tape, is there anybody that they resemble that you faced either yet or in the Big Ten?
Well, I think there's some similarities from what we saw last week a little bit. I think there's some elements of some of the things that FAU was doing a little bit. But, you know, they're unique. They do a really good job getting the ball in their skills' hands. Quarterback's completing 81% of his passes. You know, 15, you know, I think he's got 33 receptions in 4 games, what it might be. And so, I mean, they're explosive. You know, mark of a good program, good coaching staff. I feel like they've improved every game that they've played. I've noticed a difference in their performance. So they're certainly a challenge.
What are those things you think that they've gotten better at in season over these last couple weeks?
Yeah, I think they're protecting the quarterback better. I think the run game looks like it's come together better from where it was early. I thought they had some really nice runs that they put together the last couple weeks. Obviously got a lot of skill out at receiver and have made a lot of explosive plays. You know, they have the ability to take something that's short and kind of go the distance with it. So,
with Jonathan's barometer games for you to see, you know, where this program is right now and even where it's going in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, personally don't get it any bigger than that. It's just like, hey, this is the game, this is the opponent. Let's put a game plan together. Let's go out, play hard, let's execute, and let's go get a W. You know, some of those things are maybe off-season type conversations, or when you kind of look back at the season. So.
With Jonathan, you're coming from Minnesota. All the guys that have been, you know, with Jonathan out west and have the knowledge of Oregon. How much do they kind of help you? Oh, this is what they do.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I think obviously they've had to defend them a bunch. They've been out in that stadium. This will be personally my first time. I think they've obviously have thoughts with things that have worked, things that haven't worked. So yeah, those conversations have been ongoing and will continue all the way through the game. So.
Has there ever also been with the technology? You were saying some of your pro guys were telling you maybe not to talk too much. And
yeah.
You've kind of been getting used to leveraging the technology.
It's been good. You know, I think it's been something. I think our equipment staff, quite honestly, has done a really good job with it because we rotate a lot of guys, so we're mixing up who has the green dot. And shout out to those guys because that's not easy. You know, the safe and easy way would just be one guy wears it and that guy doesn't get subbed out. But we want to rotate because guys have earned the right. So that's been good. I think it's good to get the communication in. You know, I've taken the warning from one of my former guys, and you know, it's just, hey, here's the call, here's a couple reminders, and then go play.
With Dylan having so much experience, just what challenges that he presents that you guys are going up against this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, just the one thing with what they do offensively, you know, they have a tremendous amount of skill. I think they do a really good job getting the ball out on the perimeter. You know, the quarterback is so efficient. Like, you know, I haven't checked the stats, but he's got to be the highest completion percentage, if not in the top 5 in the country. They got really good backs. I think the tight ends have good length and can run good routes, and they're very athletic up front. So when you combine all that and the coaching and, you know, in the environment that they're in, that's why they've had all the success that they've had over the last couple of years. So
you thought about Jordan Turner's just ability to come in this season and the impact that he's had early on so far?
yeah, I think he's getting better each week. I thought he was a good player last year. I think I see him getting better each week. You know, I think he's become a guy that we can kind of count on to make plays. He's a guy that is able to rush the quarterback in blitz situations. He's shown up more in coverage, obviously making the interception last game. So I've been pleased with him, and he's a fun guy to coach. I love having him in the room.
Is there any common thread on the third downs right now that you're seeing that are allowing the completions or allowing the pickups?
Yeah, we got to coach better, we got to rush better, and we got to cover better. Like, those are the 3 things. So
You got to be pleased, though, the last couple of weeks, mostly limiting the bigger chunk plays.
yeah, you know, I think in that game that you're referencing, the last one, you get in a game against a quality opponent, you got to get off the field. Whether it's we had some opportunities at takeaways, and they didn't go our way, and then we had some opportunities on third down. You get 1 or 2 of those takeaways, and you get some of the third downs, then you're getting the ball back for the offense, and they get an opportunity to go put points on the board. So that was kind of like the thing that coming out of the game that we felt like we needed to do better. And you know, it's not one thing; it's all 3, and starting with coaching. So.
Safety-wise, late last game we saw like Denson and Thompson in there. Was that just about getting them some experience, or are you pretty healthy there? Where's that sort of
Yeah, I mean, we feel pretty healthy. I mean, just the normal, bumps and bruises that you have throughout the course of a season. We wanted to get some guys in and get them an opportunity to kind of play, and I thought they acquitted themselves well, and it was a good experience for them.
How do you assess the defense in the first, 5-6 weeks, and what are the strengths you see? What are the weaknesses, things that you would like to improve?
Yeah, so I think that, through 5, looking at it that lens, I think the effort, they play really hard. I think overall, I've been pleased with our tackling. I'd always like to get it better, but I've been pleased with it. I thought the physicality's been pretty good. I'd like to see more, just doing a better job in terms of third down. I'd like to see us be more consistent on first and second down, and just execute, the defense overall better. So.
Speaking of short yardage, you guys were pretty strong all year against Ohio State. They had a lead third quarter. They have momentum, and they really tried to pound the run against you guys, like 7 straight runs,
Yeah.
including a 3rd and 1 where you stopped, and the 4th and 1 where they might have gotten it by an inch. Even though the scoreboard's getting out of hand, when you go back, I imagine some guys are grading out pretty well, stopping the run against 2 great running backs.
Yeah.
What's your final analysis on that and containing the run?
Yeah, I thought the defensive line in the front 7, for the most part, did a good job. There was 2 runs that got out. One was a trap play that we kind of flowed a little too fast. You'd like to get it on the ground. The other one was a speed option where if we just leverage it better out on the perimeter, it's a 1-yard gain. But in terms of the internal runs, I did think that the guys did a nice job, and that kind of speaks to physicality and being able to use hands and get off blocks and play downhill. So I would agree with you. I feel like that was a positive.
And Roberts was a part of that.
Roberts was. Yeah, I thought that was his best game. Obviously, he's missed some time, and I thought he flashed and showed some things. We have very high expectations for him, and he does for himself. I think he's got a high ceiling. He needs to take that, build on it, and not have it be 1 week. It's got to be 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and we believe in him. And we know he can do it, but I agree. I think that was his best showing.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem.
Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.